So my dudes, my competitive compatriots, my competitive beautiful warriors for something. Anything? Don't know? I don't know why you're competing. Against who? And for what? Any job that we do in our life, it's absolutely based on competition. So we talk sex and we talk about the sizes, how many times, how many minutes, and on. We talk about, let's say, beauty, painting, how much it costs. Is this author better than the other one? So, title: competition only exists where intelligence is inadequate or survivalistic, meaning that we were so nicely programmed like little cow, sheep, pig type of thing that just goes and follows the carrot, where to go and where to sleep, where to poop, where to eat. Absolutely, I don't know, non-humane way how we live. Yet nobody is questioning, again, why we have to live in competitive world. Why we don't have to just enjoy what we are, where we are, how big we are, how small we are, how beautiful we are, or whatever else that we are. Why we cannot just enjoy this? Because we've been brainwashed to compete against anybody and everybody. Siblings, children in school, teenagers in a high school, students in universities. Who has a bigger car, who has a bigger house, who's making more money, who's more influential, and on and on. Who has more education, who's bigger idiot. No, this one is actually my addition to this is how we live. Who is the biggest idiots of all? Not that I want to say out loud, fucking lizards at the picture there in the bucking, doo-doo, caca, poo-poo castles. They think they are something special, the most, the richest, the famous, and blah blah blah. A total babble of existence. Has nothing to do with real life. So we've been educated to compete, right? We've been brainwashed that we only have to carry the top marks, otherwise we'll not be able to go to the top high schools, universities. Kind of our progress is limited if we're not the first, or at least in the first 5%. Who says that this is a normal way of living? It says we, humans, who live like this for century and century and century. And we blindly accept that these freaks are allowed to own countries, people, continents, your soul, and everything else. See, it's not only Queen the Lizzie, it's the actual Pope, the Judah, just next to her. And then there's like a corporate freaks, politicians who are next to her. So these are like a trio that is controlling everything on this planet until this moment. Because what's happening recent days, months, maybe years, if you look backwards, if you really carefully pick certain events, what's happened? The rich dudes are dropping dead, left and right, center upside down, everywhere. How come? What's happening with their so-called well protected environment, high fences, electrical charges, guns, bodyguards, and on and on. What's happening? They're not dying from other hands. They're not dying from, let's say, somebody else wanna steal from them, because you can't. Because people start realizing these creatures have nothing but the trouble. These rich so-called people have nothing else but the trouble in their life. They carry diseases, they disseminate diseases to other countries. They carry the worst disease, that it's, in my perspective, competition, which always putting in the front their achievements, top 100, blah blah, like a businessman, owners, hotel owners, sheikhs, and on and on. So why we so gullible to eat this shit constantly, daily? I'm not judging you much. It's been programmed, so let's deprogram. Let's recognize first of all what was really bothering us. Why we go in the competition with the Lizzie? We don't have to. Or with Obama, the elephant monkey. So why we have to be like these freaks? We don't. When you realize that you as beautiful as you are, exactly as you are. Another, like all the fields where we kind of live on a survival mode, they make a lack of this. Is it the food? Is it the water? Is it air? Is it pollution? Air is, sky is now crisscrossed, and so on. Why is that again? Because they are investing in every single one who's doing these businesses or who are part of these businesses. They have to compete with each other. Apple, in my case, would be same price in South Africa and in America. And you don't have to bring bananas from Argentina into Yugoslavia or Croatia to import. You eat local bananas from Croatia. Oh, there's no bananas in Croatia, but there's a lot of monkeys in Croatia. So monkeys has to be fed with something. So better feed them with the local fruits, and we have absolutely brilliant fruits in Croatia. So why we don't go local? So, no loco, but local. If you go local, we would drop all of these freaks in a matter of seconds. We'll not drag them and cherish them and bow to them whenever you see them. So instead of on the front page of Vanity Fair, can you imagine the name of the magazine? Vanity. So it makes the reader in vain or vain with affairs that the others having and you as somebody who's watching cannot. I mean, go let them fuck themselves anywhere they want. Don't even bother comparing how much you have to work 3 million years to reach a richness of somebody. Because you'll never be able. It was programmed, it was very much organized like this, that you never wake up from this competitive dream of total ignorance. And they're teaching you that science is very intelligent, that science is smart, science giving an awards, the Nobel Prize. Yet when you dig a bit deeper, Nobel is the guy, it's not noble at all. It is a guy who actually controlling the weapon industry, Europe, South America, America, Middle East. Are we just like nuts that we competing and allowing these guys to tell us who's the best of the worst? Criminals in science, in peace. Obama gets a peace award. I mean, really? Really? So what does he make? Makes everybody else total idiots. Whoever takes it as a face value, that this is true. No, this is just a farce, that you end up in the place where they want you, down under. Dead, half dead, working until you drop dead, begging them to give you, food that tossing in the garbage no matter what. When this stops, immediately the hunger will disappear from this planet when there is no more competition in the food industry. Entertainment. What are we basing our, let's call it, entertainment values, which has nothing to do with entertainment? When you see two guys beat the crap out of them, left in a red corner, in the blue corner, in the black corner, and they're just killing each other. And then even this is not enough, so they make another layer of fake so-called atrocities they're doing, and it's like some kind of wrestling match. Famous people go out and losing their mind of a joy how this one broke his spine, and then after 2 seconds this guy stands up and then like hitting, he says, don't hurt me too much. So what? Let them kill each other and you go home and have your espresso, or enjoy something that you create without competing with your neighbor or with your sibling or with anybody else, and be very happy with something that you created, not to be fed a bread and wine and games, and doesn't matter in Roman times or in Greek times. Now we are so proud of our Olympics that we have to be so almost like tears of joy has to go through like flowing on the streets because we had a gold medal in shooting arrow through the butthole of a queen. I don't know what else they can invent, kind of stupid competitive sports, so-called sports. They have nothing to do with the sport. To me, sport is when you enjoy what you're doing. It can be mountain climbing without chasing anybody's tail or somebody's chasing you, or shooting. Imagine the sport of shooting. An Olympic medal in shooting with a gun, with a rifle, with a bow, spitting. With the darts now, they have this Olympic Games. Really? You check, they have like 7,000 different sports in Olympics. I'm not exaggerating at all. One of the very interesting one that we don't even want to consider, that this is such a turn into competitive sport, competitive nature of our existence, is politics. Why we have to even do politics? It's so stupid, it's retarded. You have to be left or right, Democrat or socialist or Republican, or in, doesn't matter, South Africa, DA or ANC, in Croatia, the fascist party and so-called socialist party. I mean, are we just nuts? Yes, we are. As a collective, unhumane humanity, we are totally brainwashed. So when politics is based on left or right, instead of not on cooperation between moral and just, we are screwed, because they will ride us every single day. They're riding us every single day. For the time being, when they start seeing who they have, let's say in America, because America will be the first to kick the bucket of this competition in the politics. It'll be simply the democratic freaks will just dissolve because nobody will be stay out of the jail. So who are you going to vote if you're so stupidly democratic, let's say in America? Nobody. Or you'll start thinking, is Trump a moral and just person? Does he really defend every single American? Is it? Are you left or right? or you're non-decisive, he's for you. When people start talking about it, when people start reporting in the news about it, only then we can move forward. At this time, we are stuck in total competition, war between family members, war between two neighbors, and they are constantly in the war. Because one chooses one side, the other one chooses, just for the competition's sake, another side. Not for the sake of, is Hillary very moral? No, they go there because all her neighbors are Democrats, so they have to become democratic too. So when we turn all this around, why this competition started be so prominent in our life? One of these very nasty tricks was the Olympics. The Olymp game, where only the winner goes to the top. Yet nobody talks who these so-called winners were. Who are the people who are fighting inside the Roman arenas where the gladiators were? They were slaves. They are non-humans in this perspective. They're not royals, they're not peasants, they're not farmers, they're not, let's say, commoners. They are totally non-humans, so they can be killed, and then if they win and they claim the top, they can be awarded a nice human place. They give them a bag of gold and a woman and a little house on the hill, so they can live without their limbs to the rest of their life. I mean, do you see how nobody wanna talk about this openly? So if somebody tell you, let's do a game, let's compete, why? Why do you want to play chess? Why do you want to play cards? Why do you want to play bridge? What for? Why do you want to go in casino and compete with the machine that is already rigged? It's so much that it's ridiculous who's doing this, not even thinking, ooh, I will win. Okay, sure. In next 300,000,000 years. But before that, you have to learn not to be competitive. Otherwise, this competition will eat every single fucking one of you. It will eat you inside out, and then whatever left, all the bones, a little priest will come in and collect this, and they will make it a powder, and they will pour themselves with your powder made from your bones, because this is how they survive a bit longer as well. So they want to have a competitive nature, animals in their barns. So just continue voting. Continue voting left or right instead of moral or just. When you start seeing yourself as a moral person, your competition will drop. If you start seeing yourself as a just person, you'll not be even able to think about competing with anybody, especially not within yourself. Your every single decision will be moral and just. So be it.